Good morning. We are going to start our program in about 4 minutes, so I would ask that our folks start finding their seats, please. Thank you.
Am I good to go? All right, we will start, everyone. For those that did not get the message, good, class. this is your real graduation. Because you'll get the diplomas, but where are you going to go? That is the question. So welcome, everyone. My name is Jacob Tolar. I had a profound honor to serve you as the Dean of the Medical School. I am so proud of you. This is a really cool day. It's emotional, a little bit. I asked Michael, where's Michael? Michael, 5 hours of sleep, right? Annie, where's Annie? All right, 3 hours of sleep. So it is when your hearts go bum, bumpity, bum, okay? We'll get there, no worries. I'll be fairly short. It's not gonna abbreviate the time till 11, but let's talk a bit. So the first lesson of what I learned from you and from others like you is pause and look around. Look around at the people who got you here. Some of your family, relatives, some of your friends, they got you where you are. Nobody accomplishes anything of value alone, not just in medicine, in everything. And yes, you had shown to me and to others that your perseverance, your passion will get you far. But it will be the relationships that got you here, and the relationships, as Annie said so well, that you built around the 4 years of the medical school that will support you for years and decades of what you're gonna do. So you don't know where you matched, but I have an announcement. I matched, okay? It's been, thank you. That was my first choice, by the way. It was in 1996, so it's a little dated, but, I'm with you on this. And I am here to tell you that even from the viewpoint of decades of serving my patients, my colleagues, my communities, I think that what held true to me may be of some use to you as well. It's a noble profession. It's one of the best ways to be useful to others. In fact, your personality, who you are, your, again, passions, your talents, your drives, your hopes, your dreams, you put in service on someone else. There's hardly anything better than that, because in addition, you put it to service of people who need that not for entertainment. They need it because they are in pain, they are suffering, they are scared, and that is an honor. That's a privilege, in any ways you look at it, because you create with them, for them, futures that they will not have had unless you were a part of it. And of course, as I said in the beginning, it's not just you. Nobody accomplishes any of this alone. It's always a team, a school, practice, whatever that is. But that ability to be able to help through your hard work to alleviate human suffering, there is very, very few things that I can think of that would match that domineering, overwhelming service and purpose in life. Now, you also are, by definition, scientists. And everything in medicine that I know, and I work as a pediatric oncologist and bone marrow transplanter, and my lab works on gene editing, creating new molecules for typically cancer treatment or genetic disorders. The beauty of science in medicine for me is that you move from something that's a mystery. Mystery is why somebody has black urine as a child. And you move it into a puzzle. And puzzle, in contrast to mystery, has a solution. So that's why I think we have the benefit of the centuries that preceded us, and people just like yourself and myself, that were able to bring science into medicine and bring that compassion that we all share for our patients and our loved ones into a more effective compassion, because we actually do things that were impossible to do 100 years ago or even 10 years ago. And then you get something back. And I don't know whether you have, it took me years to realize what I am getting back. But I can tell you without hesitation that I have learned how to live my life from my patients and from their families. And yes, you know, they are teenagers with cancer. So you can picture that this is a fractured moment. But the more important it is to be fully present, the more important is to be on top of your license and your field, the more important is that you give yourself to them, because that makes you a better person. And I'm profoundly grateful to all of you that you have chosen this way of life, because this is about who we are as a school, as a practice. So keep in mind that wherever you go, regardless, hear me out, regardless where you match, whether you get the first choice or something else, you will be given that gift of serving others, of having that privilege to be in the life of others, and learning from your patients as you go forward. How's that? Okay, congratulations, I wish you the best. Thank you, everyone.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Yeah? All right. Well, hi, I'm Kevin Diebel. I am the Regional Campus Dean for our Duluth campus up north. Happy to join you here today. There we go, I can hear myself better now. All right, so welcome. I'm Kevin Diebel. I'm the Regional Campus Dean from Duluth. Happy to join you here today. Hundreds of students here getting ready to match. Nobody's probably nervous, I don't think, in this room. But hey, don't worry, by the end of the day today, you'll have clarity, you'll have direction, and you'll have that next sense of purpose for what's next in your journey. So first and foremost, I do want to start with a great round of applause for all the students that are about to match. Congratulations. This is a great milestone, and it's a testament for your perseverance, dedication, and countless hours of studying and preparation and making yourself ready for this particular moment in time. I'm very proud of you, and I'm proud to be a part of this ceremony today. From the Duluth perspective, we are a campus that has been focused on rural and Native American health for over 50 years. And we're really proud to have over 2,000 alumni now practicing across the state, across the nation, touching lives numerous across the different points of our community here in Minnesota, both big towns, small towns, and so on. And we're really proud to be able to continue that tradition for years and years to come. You're not only just our future doctors, you're our future healers, advocates, leaders in communities, and the communities that need you most. And whether you're going to head to a bustling city hospital or a small clinic in a rural town, remember that your impact is going to be great for all of those communities. Now, I know that there's a mixture of excitement and anxiety right now, but I just want you to know that I'm very, very excited that you're on the beginning of this next amazing journey, and we're happy to have been a part of the process to get you to this point. And so with that, I would like to thank a few people along the way. So to all of our faculty and staff, thank you for your unwavering support and guidance for the students, to be there with them during their challenging moments, to celebrate with them some of their successes. It's been really important for you to be there to help with your wisdom and mentorship to shape the future physicians, and we're grateful for your dedication to the students in our school. And to the families and friends today, thank you for being the backbone of the students' success, the encouragement, the late night pep talks, everything that you did to be able to get them through to get to this moment in time is greatly celebrated as well. And so as we prepare to reveal the match results, I want you to take a moment to reflect on that journey. You probably have, I know I have. I always try to think back, Where did this all start? Back in the fall of 2021. And it was great to meet everybody at that point in time, and it's really exciting to see what's about to happen for your next step. A lot has transpired. Think of all the different things that you've learned, all the things that you're going to bring forward with you into the community that's going to support and believe in you in the future. So I'm just doing a brief introduction here from the regional campus dean perspective. I wish you well. I hope everything goes well for you this morning, and I wish you the most pleasant, beautiful day possible. And from here, I'm going to pass it to the student MCs to come join us.
Good morning. How we feeling? Let's keep it going. Get those nerves out.
This is so exciting. I can feel the energy.
Oh man, yeah, I know. Anxious energy maybe, or some other energy, I don't know. But welcome everyone to Match Day 2025. Today we get to celebrate the next wave of resident physicians who will have 3 times as much responsibility and 3 times as less sleep. Before we move on, I think it would be kind of fun if we take a selfie as a huge group. What do we think about that? Yeah? All right. Let's see.
Yeah, can we do it?
Yeah. All right, we'll see how this turns out. We'll get some angles, so maybe we can get everyone. Okay.
We need Sonam for the selfies. Okay, we also want to give a big warm welcome to all the faculty, friends, family who are here with us, and to all our classmates who are tuning in from remote areas, some even across the globe. We see you. We can't actually see you, but we're really excited that you're here, and we spiritually see you. And I just wanted to say, for anyone who didn't match this week, if you soaped, if you're taking a flex year, if you're figuring it out, we're also here with you. We're rooting for you. Just know that this ridiculous, unfair system has no bearing on how competent you'll be as a physician. We love you. We're so glad that you're in our class.
Yeah. Well said, Allison. Well said. Yeah. We're all in this together, so if you need anything, we're here for you. And with that, we can introduce ourselves. We're the MCs for this morning. I'm Kasra.
I'm Allison. For the Twin Cities students, you probably know us as the ones who talked a little too loud and a little too much in class.
Yeah, but let's be honest, most of you weren't in class. You were in bed, listening at 2x speed, trying to convince yourself you were studying. And I was guilty of that too.
Who here actually attended live lectures? Just by show of hands. Okay, you know what? I respect that. Real ones, real ones.
No, yeah. So apologies in advance for all of you who are at home. Our 1x normal speed might be a little slow for you this morning.
As your MCs, we're going to be filling in the gaps between speakers. We're going to be cracking some jokes, hopefully easing some of the nerves.
And there will be audience participation, so please don't leave us hanging and having to have us cold call you like we're in the middle of a lecture. We're past that. That was 2 years ago. Come on, we need to keep the energy up.
And we know everyone's a little anxious. We are too. But you know what? You guys get to sit down, so help us out.
Yeah, we have double the nerves. I kind of feel like John Ralphio from Parks and Rec, just jumping off the wall right now. Medical school has been full of a lot of, let's say, unique experiences, some better than others.
So as a way to appreciate our growth, we've gathered a few of the funniest, most embarrassing moments from ourselves and our classmates.
Yeah, so buckle up. I can start, and this happened during my neurology rotation. So you remember. So I wrote a note one day, and I left the hospital, and I came back, and the next morning, my senior resident turned around and said, Kasra, you wrote yesterdaddy instead of yesterday in your note. I had no idea how to explain that one. I was mortified, and the fear in my eyes still is like burned in the back of my head.
Just by a show of hands, who has an embarrassing patient story, thing you said to an attending, thing you said to your senior? Yeah, yep, I know. I'm seeing a lot of hands. Some of these are actually from a handful of you out in the ether. So one of my friends was checking on a patient who had saddle anesthesia, which, for those who don't know, is kind of like pelvic numbness that spreads to your upper legs. And all he could think to say when he walked into their room was, hello, I'm a medical student. Can I touch your thighs?
That's good. Okay, another one from another one of our classmates. So they were seeing a patient who had, and I kid you not, they were kicked by a cow twice in 20 minutes. And in perfect SP-trained fashion, the first question was, what type of cow?
It's crucial intel.
Yeah, very important. It was one of those strawberry milk cows, I think.
Yeah. But honestly, nothing beats when you're working with standardized patients for the first time. You're like learning how to take a history, and the patient tells you like, I have heart failure, I smoke a pack a day, sometimes it's really hard to breathe, I'm really nervous about it. And you're like, cool.
Yeah, medicine likes to keep us humble. How many of you had that one moment where you thought, yeah, I should probably just go?
Every time. Yeah.
But look at us now. We've made it through. We're here at Match Day, and we get to figure out where all of us are going next into the next portion of our careers.
So thank you all again for being here with us. We're so excited to share this moment with you.
And now, please join us in welcoming our next speaker.
Dr. Robin Michaels.
Yesterdaddy. That was a very hard act to follow. Sorry about that. This will be a little drier, I'm afraid. Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you so much for inviting me to speak to you on Match Day. It is always such an honor and a privilege to do that. I want to do a shout out to the Duluth students. I see you scattered amongst the groups out there. It's so wonderful to see you again after a little bit. And we are very proud of you, but actually we're very proud of all of you, and we are looking forward to you opening those envelopes here in a very short time. It's been a while since I defended my thesis and graduated from this university, and if I'm totally honest with you, I have to say that I was really anxious to get out and get going. And I think some of you feel the same way. And it was not because I had a bad experience here. I had an amazing experience at the University of Minnesota. I had great teachers. I had wonderful mentors that sometimes took me kicking and screaming through graduate school and helped launch me into the next stage of my career. But one thing I didn't appreciate at that time was the fact that mentors are important throughout your career, not just at the beginning. One of my colleagues in Colorado at graduation used to always tell students to never have more than a 5-year plan. I don't remember how I felt the first time I heard that, but after a couple of times of him saying that, I asked him, I said, seriously, just a 5-year plan? It doesn't sound like you have a lot of confidence in us, you know? It's like, what's your backup plan after 5 years? And he said, you know, Robin, we are all type A, and if I told you to have a 30-year plan, you'd all be on a train barreling down the track, aiming for 30 years, nonstop. But that is not how life works. In between the wonderful things that will happen in your lives, and I hope there are lots of them, and the very difficult times in your life, there are doors that open and opportunities that maybe as you're sitting here with your envelope shortly, you have never thought about or known about, but you should. And he said it's important that you slow down and stop and take a look at that once in a while. And I couldn't agree with him more. And this is really where mentors become important to you. My career path was not conventional, and I was lucky to have wonderful mentors throughout my career who helped serve as a sounding board along the way. If I had to describe the best people for you to pick as mentors, I would divide them into 3 groups, along with comedy people. I think you need to have fun people in there too. But the 3 serious mentors that you would have. People who strive for excellence would be the first group. They're high achievers, maybe overachievers. They're hard on themselves. They're hard on you. They tell you what you need to hear, not necessarily what you want to hear. And that is really important in your career. When I was an early career faculty member, I was actually assigned a mentor, and this person was a very prominent cell biologist who had trained under George Pilati at the Rockefeller, and she was a specialist in the Golgi apparatus and secretory pathways, okay? I was a neuroscientist, just setting the stage here. And I remember she had a license plate. It was custom license plate that said Golgi. And her office was lined with electron micrographs that were color enhanced with the Golgi apparatus. And she had a reputation with the students and the postdocs for being a real hard ass. She was tough. And when they gave seminars, she would grill them. And so they were terrified of her. So of course, I was really excited about having my first meeting with her. I do remember one thing I did for sure was look up the Golgi apparatus, okay? I did remember stacks, blebs, stuff, nothing else. And there's a lot more to it, it turns out, right? Okay, so it was worth doing. But I also was not sure what that meeting was going to be like. I don't really remember the first meeting, quite honestly. I think it went fine. She asked me my goals. I asked her, I didn't say, I hear you're a real hard ass. I didn't say that, no. But I did, it was an interesting meeting, but I had many meetings afterwards that I do remember. And they were meetings where she and I talked about future goals, where things were going, where funding was going, and really important things. And it was very clear to me that she had my best interest at heart. She wanted me to be successful. And she went from being a colleague to a friend. So, get at least one of those in your bucket. The second type of people you want as mentors are people who inspire you. Right before I came to Duluth in 2013, I was part of an NIH PEPFAR MEPI grant. Those are medical education partnership initiatives. And they were funded by George W. Bush administration to support sub-Saharan African countries that would develop and expand medical education. Turns out under dictatorship, it's really easy to tear things down, not as easy to build them back up again. And it took a lot of resources to do that. I was in Harare, Zimbabwe, and the principal investigator in that country was an amazing man. He was a clinical researcher, he was an internist, he was the chair of medicine. He skillfully navigated the fine art of harnessing resources from his partnering institutions. I was at Colorado, but Stanford, Columbia University, Oxford were all a part of that as well, all operating in the wonderful world of Robert Mugabe. And the humanism and drive of that man was amazing. His goal was to rebuild the medical school and to stabilize what was going on at the Parentera Hospital in Harare, and he accomplished this. In fact, many of us are still partners with our colleagues in Africa, and the money has been gone for a long time. He was successful, but sadly he lost his life in early 2021 to COVID, as so many people did. So I carry his memory with me, as do many of the people who knew him and cared about and loved him. But find people like that who inspire you, because they will get you up in the morning and help you when things get tough. And finally, you need people who are connectors. You can call them career navigators, I guess, but they're people who you already know. They're the go-to people who either can answer your questions or can point you in the direction of people who can answer the questions for you. And I do want to mention that some of the best places to find these kinds of mentors are going to be at national meetings, the AAMC meetings, the AMA meetings. These are places where you can find mentors outside of the clinics and the institutions where you might find yourself landing here. And it's really important to have people from the outside as part of your mentorship team too. Looking back, each of of my mentors, I think, walk with me sometimes down difficult paths, and I'm deeply grateful to them because they always reminded me to set a bar high, but also to stay grounded in the people and the things that give me joy in my life, and to take care of myself. And that is advice I give to you as well. This is a long haul. Take care of yourself. Stay connected with these things and the people who were the inspiration for bringing you to medicine in the first place. So, this is your day today. I wish you all the very best. Know that there are people along your path who will hold you up. Many of them are in this room, and you might already know them. Whether you match in your top choice or not, each of those envelopes contains people, and they're waiting for you. And they are very lucky to have you as their physician. So stay in touch, congratulations, and enjoy this wonderful day today. Thank you.
Let's give Dr. Michaels another round of applause.
All right, how we feeling? Yep, me too.
Woo!
Such a stress-free morning. Okay.
Okay, we got some good news and we got some bad news.
The good news is we have a game for everybody.
The bad news, participation is mandatory.
Okay, so we know we've got a lot of friends and family in the audience who've been incredibly supportive, but let's be honest, it can be a little hard to know like what all the different specialties actually do.
So in the spirit of roasting each other in good fun and educating our loved ones, we've put together a little game of starter packs for medical specialties.
Okay, so we couldn't include every medical specialty, but if yours isn't included, you're not forgotten. We just had a time limit.
Yeah. So here's how it works. We're going to move on to the next slide, and there's going to be some pictures. And it's your job, when you think you know what specialty it is, to yell it out. And I mean yell it out.
If yelling a little louder helps release some of the energy, just do that.
Yeah, and fair warning, I think you already saw, it's kind of formatted like Anki, so deal with it.
Okay, here we go. We softballed you, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty easy.
Definitely. Great job, guys.
Yeah.
Off to a great start. I heard a lot of
you guys
EM,
are really
yeah.
good at this. Wow.
I literally biked here. So. So fast.
I think you all need to be a little louder. Get all that energy out, because I know for me, like I'm just like shaking in my seat.
How many of our ortho applicants had pre-workout this morning? Nice. You guys have a lot of tools.
It's like a Batman utility belt.
Little fanny pack carried around the hospital. I like that. What do you guys have going on behind the curtain in the OR? We don't know. Nice. Heard a lot of OB. Anything else? Pathology, I heard. Oh, urology. No,
Come on, it's the dance goes.
it's the dance goes. I haven't heard anything yet. Radiology in the back? Yeah, you guys have carpal tunnel.
I heard some pathology. Anything else?
You guys are good at this. Yeah. There's just some Jackson Pollocks, by the way.
Yeah, we had to include some random stains. I know, this is kind of a tricky
tough.
one. It could go for more than one, let's be honest.
I heard derm.
I also heard plastics.
Okay, anything else? Plastics, yeah. But derm also does Botox, so good talk.
It could have gone for either, so we'll give you points regardless. Partial credit is fair game here. Okay, I heard geriatrics. Anything else?
Neurosurgery? Yeah. You guys will graduate one day.
Yeah, at some point you'll finish.
Softball.
Yeah.
You love sunscreen.
I heard internal med, I heard nephrology. Nephrology is an internal med. Anything else? No. We've got it down, yeah.
You love a hyponatremia.
I heard PM&R. I heard PM&R. Anything else?
I'll let it rumble.
Yeah, move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, your patients love you. Those are thank you notes.
Yeah, this is pretty much a gimme.
Yeah.
You know, when you're on your surgery rotation, you get really good at asking people if they farted or pooped at 4 a.m.
Yeah. All right, our last one is a little bit of every single thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Family med, how you do it. Wow.
Yeah, let's give a round of applause for our fam med docs. Yeah. All right, everyone, I hope you've now been a little educated with family members now knowing and what the different specialties are, and you have gotten some energy out by yelling. But just remember, no matter where you match, we hope you find your people in residency.
And also, you do you. You do not have to buy a $5,000 radiology mouse. That's okay.
But you could if you want, if you want to be that way. Yeah. Now, let's welcome our next speaker.
Dr. Shaili Prasad.
I think there is a sweet spot between Yesterday and Golgi bodies. I actually had more palpitations with Golgi bodies than anything else. Long forgotten that. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I think the organizers, how about a round of applause for the organizers? Isn't this amazing? I think they have a strategy, and the strategy is that they recognize that there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of nervous energy in the room, so they get a lot of old people to come and bore you to death. I'm sorry, did I say old? Wise, but boring presentation. So I was asked to do a presentation at this, and I agreed for two reasons. Number one, this is my first match day celebration. Yes, I did graduate medical school 35 years ago in the pre-internet days. Yes, students, there was something called a pre-internet days. I don't remember a celebration. There probably was one. I think we were looking for that smoke, right? Black smoke, white smoke kind of a thing. That's all probably what I remember, right? The second reason why I agreed was I can talk about anything under the sun. I can wax eloquently about any topic. I can be a horrible speaker, and in half an hour you'll forget every bit. I know you will, because you'll be excited about that envelope that's coming your way, right? I'm actually really proud of you. I don't think I would have had the intestinal fortitude to sit here through all of this, waiting for that envelope. And I look around the room and I see amazing, brilliant people. Congratulations again. You have endured almost completely 4 years of torture, and you're getting ready for the next 4 years. You love torture, good for you. Thank you. And because I didn't know what this match day celebration was, I reached out to a couple of students that I'd worked with and said, what do you want to hear? And I got some feedback. So if this bombs, I'll give you their names. Please attack them, not me. And one of the things they indicated was that they'd like to hear more about transitions. So let's talk a little bit about transitions, right? I'm a firm believer that there are two important transitions in your professional life. One is the first year of residency, and the second is the first year after residency. Residency is when we start seasoning you. A little salt, a little pepper, to see if you guys are okay, a little crying, all of that fun stuff, right? And I was very clearly told not to give some personal anecdotes about my residency days, how I got stuck in the stairwell, how I didn't know the code to go into the restroom, 9123, that's of no use for you because you don't know what hospital I was at. All of that is going to be your experience too. But more importantly, I think the transitions is something for us to look at as a stage of moving from being a hunter-gatherer to agriculture. And I'm not calling you wonderful medical students primitive hunter-gatherers. You're sophisticated hunter-gatherers. And to quote one of my dear friends, the late John Song, if you want anything to be done at the medical school, send a medical student. And we truly believe that. For many of our projects, and many of our faculty members will agree, that if you want some really good background material to be unearthed, some inane pathways, some esoteric articles with some fancy words like hegemony and all that, send a medical student, and they will find it for you, because you are sophisticated hunter-gatherers. But keep in mind, this is probably going to be the peak of your intellectual capacity. It's downhill from here onwards. Not really, not really. The next phase, your first year of residency, is when you're going to use all that wonderful knowledge that you have and start applying, actually practicing agriculture. And agriculture is complicated, right? You need to know where the wind blows, when is it going to rain, when do I harvest, what do I plant? And agriculture is never a solo pursuit. And this is one important lesson for you folks, because you will be leaning on your colleagues, your peers. Some of the best learning you're going to have is from your peers. You'll also learn from your nurses. Some of the best learning I've had are from the frowns, the head shakes, the nods, the rolling of the eyes that you'll see from your nurses, from your pharmacy colleagues, from the medical assistants, from the security guard, from the janitors. Everybody is going to be your educator. And don't forget the most important people in all, your patients. In about half an hour, you will be opening up the envelope, that wonderful envelope. And I'm sure many of you will be excited. Some of you will be like, Some of you will be like disappointed. This is when I'm supposed to come up with a really pithy comment like, you are where you're meant to be. I don't mean a geographic place. I don't mean a residency site. I don't mean a particular state. I mean in that place where you have the privilege to be in the presence of a patient when they're probably at their most vulnerable, in a very intimate, very dramatic place. You have the privilege to be there. So the best learning you're going to have is in those encounters. Listen to the patients. That is probably the best antidote I've had for my arrogance, because they know a lot, and they will teach you a lot. It is going to be dramatic, but it's also going to be extremely, extremely fun. So, your next spot. This is where I have a commercial break, so forgive me. Many of you will match in Minnesota. Thank you. Some of you will go out of Minnesota. We will always welcome you back. And this is important because I was telling a parent earlier that sometimes we let them go and then they realize, Minnesota is not bad. Yeah, there's a little winter. But this is a great place to practice, and we would love for you all to come back to Minnesota. And that is, we'll find a job for you. Trust me, there's enough openings for that too. Now on a more somber note, I'm going to put on my hat as the director for the Center for Global Health. Robin, we need to compare notes about MEPI and AfroHealth and all of that. We are in a very interesting time in the US and around the world. The distrust about medicine, about healthcare, about institutions, about higher education, about organizations, about government is at an all-time high. And it's not only in the US, it's around the world. So we, all of you included, have a very important role. And I'm going to ask you to use that of science diplomacy. Dr. Tolar indicated we're all scientists first, but we need to go out into the communities to tell folks what is it that we do and why we do it. And never before has this need been greater than right now. I can give you innumerable stories from around the world as to why this becomes more important. It's not just doing, it's not just the perfect match of your cognitive knowledge and your skills, it's about going out and connecting. And this is very important because I do feel one of the best advice I have for you is to quote Mark Twain, never let school interfere with your education. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad. All right, we know everyone's on the edge of their seats waiting to open those envelopes, but we know this process is not just about algorithms and rank lists.
Exactly. There are some stronger forces at play, kind of like the stars.
That's right. We consulted the cosmos last night for consultation to determine what residency will look like for you based on your astrological sign, which might actually certainly be better than career counseling you've gotten in med school.
So sit back, buckle up, and listen up, and prepare to question your entire future based on a few horoscopes we decided to write this morning at like 2 a.m.
All right, so who are Aries in the room? March 21st to April 19th. Okay, we got a couple Aries. Welcome to Aries season. It's giving surgery, it's giving emergency medicine. Your energy is unmatched. You thrive under pressure and chaos fuels you. You're the type to volunteer for the hardest cases just to prove that you can. You'll absolutely scrub into a 10-hour case without realizing that you haven't eaten. You're most likely to say, let's just send them to the OR in an ER trauma bay. Residency forecast. You'll be running on caffeine and adrenaline, and you'll love it.
What about our Tauruses? Who's a Taurus in the room? Let's go! It's giving the energy of radiology, anesthesia, dermatology. You love a stable environment, a good pay, and a predictable lifestyle. You prefer dimly lit reading rooms over a chaotic ER. You definitely will own the best coffee machine in the entire hospital, and people will be trying to come after you for it. And then you're most likely to ask, do I really need to come in for this? Your forecast is your work-life balance will be elite, but people will secretly envy you for it.
Okay, who are our Geminis? That's me too. Oh my God, hey Geminis. Okay, it's giving internal medicine and emergency medicine, which is what I applied to. You need variety in your life. Boring routines are not for you. Your brain loves puzzles, so you're either diagnosing zebras in IM or making rapid decisions in the ER. You will definitely start a fellowship and change your mind at least once. Most likely to start every presentation with, this is a fascinating case. Residency forecast for you, you'll talk to everyone, consults, nurses, and even patients.
Where are Cancers at?
Nice.
Louder, let's get that energy going through this room right now. It's kind of giving me the vibe of peds, psychiatry, fam med. You definitely have the biggest heart, and your empathy knows no bounds. You will definitely cry with your patient and patients' families. You know about 57 different ways to distract scared children with stickers, bubbles, singing, dancing, all that jazz. And then most likely, you will write patient notes that always at the end will say, "A pleasure to care for." Your forecast, you will be deeply loved by your patients and deeply exhausted by their families.
Okay, where are Leos? Yeah, loud and proud. I love that. Orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, or dermatology? Is that resonating? Okay. You're confident, charismatic, and love to be recognized for your skills. You own at least one pair of Lululemon scrubs. You'll definitely introduce yourself as doctor even before you graduate. Most likely to have the best Instagram presence of any resident. Your residency forecast, whether it's fixing bones or sculpting noses, you'll be fabulous.
Any Virgos out in the audience?
Okay.
We got like 2. I'm feeling it right now. It's kind of giving the energy of internal medicine, neurology, pathology. You live for details, structure, and making everything perfect. You definitely have the up-to-date tab highlighted on your computer with all the perfect articles that you need and new guidelines. You will most likely write the longest, most detailed notes in the hospital, giving ID a run for their money. And you're the person who will most enjoy finding a incredibly placed comma in any note or discharge summary. Your forecast, you'll be the person everyone goes to for obscure medical knowledge. Nice.
Where are Libras in the audience? September 23rd to October 22nd? Yeah, okay. It's giving dermatology, ophthalmology, plastic surgery. You appreciate beauty, balance, and an aesthetically pleasing career. You know the best skincare routine in the hospital. You'll definitely pick a specialty with minimal overnight call. You're most likely to say, why work harder when you can just work smarter? And your residency forecast is you'll have the best schedule, the best skin, and a standing brunch reservation.
I want that. What about our Scorpios? All right, we got more than 2 this time. Yeah. Does surgery, critical care, psychiatry resonate with y'all? No? Give or take, maybe? No? Okay. You're intense, passionate, and know how to handle high-pressure situations. You will definitely stare at the monitor for hours instead of sleeping. You are most likely to start a case in absolute silence and then start barking out orders when something needs to be done. And then you secretly thrive on adrenaline. No one would think you're an adrenaline junkie, but secretly you are. Your forecast, you'll work in dark rooms, make intense eye contact, and save lives.
Okay, where are Sagittarius? November 22nd to December 21st. Okay, yeah, that whole table, I love that. Emergency med, global health, wilderness medicine. You crave adventure, and a 9-to-5 job is your worst nightmare. You're most likely to disappear for a month on a global med rotation. You'll definitely work a shift and just like hop on a plane for a spontaneous trip. You think work-life balance means taking night shifts to get more days off. And your residency forecast, you'll be the coolest doctor in the room and the least likely to answer your texts.
Any Capricorns out in the audience?
Okay, yeah.
Wow, the energy is just pulsating through this room right now. It is quite impressive. So, surgery, IM, orthopedic surgery. You're ambitious, you're disciplined, and you're built for the grind. You will definitely be the first resident to sign up for extra cases. You're the most likely to send just checking in on a lab result at 4 a.m. You believe that sleep is optional, but matching into a competitive specialty is not. And your forecast, you'll climb the ranks fast, but don't forget to touch grass occasionally.
Okay, where are my Aquariuses? January 20th to February 18th? Yeah, okay, see some waves. Neurology, infectious disease, psychiatry. You're the resident who thinks outside the box, sometimes way outside the box. You will definitely diagnose one case of prion disease in your career and never shut up about it. You think evidence-based medicine means questioning all of the evidence, just to be sure. You're most likely to be found in the call room at 3 a.m. watching a niche medical documentary instead of sleeping. And your residency forecast, your co-residents will either admire your genius or be deeply confused by your life choices, probably both.
And last but not least, where are our Pisces at? Yeah!
Yeah, Bree.
I'm feeling like peds, palliative care, fam med. You're a dreamer and a healer with a soft spot for your patients. You will absolutely hug a patient and not think twice about it. You're most likely to say, let's take a holistic approach before recommending meds anyway. And then somehow you get all the cutest patient gifts and heartfelt thank you cards. Your forecast? You'll be loved by all, but don't forget to set boundaries or you'll burn out.
Thank you, Dr. Cosmos, for consulting. That was long, so thanks for bearing with us. Next up, we have a video from the Duluth campus.
Let's give it up for our Duluth colleagues here today.
So, if you can't see the camera can't see you.
So congratulations, class of 2025. We are so proud of you.
Yes, very proud of you. Super excited to see where all of your futures are going to lead you.
We know you're going to be amazing physicians. We are so lucky that we got to meet you on your way.
You want to say anything?
We're excited to see where you match. We hope you get your first match, but wherever you match is going to be the right place for you.
100%.
Yeah.
So we've enjoyed working with you.
Yes, we miss you up here. Proud of you all.
Congratulations.
Hi class, this is Sean Evenson, Student Affairs. I just wanted to wish you all well on your graduation day, Friday, May 2nd. I want to let you know I have a party planned for you Thursday night, May 1st at Kieran's Irish Pub. More information to come, but it's been an honor knowing you all. I wish you all the best and keep in touch.
Congrats, you guys. You did it. Now you need to come back up and visit Dina in the financial aid office when you are working doctors.
Congratulations on Match. I'm so proud of each and every one of you, and I'm so happy to be a part of your medical school journey.
Hi, this is Dr. Kendra Nordgren on our Duluth campus, and I want to say a huge congratulations to all of you in the class of 2025 for making it to this phase in your medical education and training. You are the class. Twin Cities, Duluth campus alike. You are the class where everything changed in the world. And I got to sit on admissions and help to see that process and help to direct that process with our, at that time, Associate Dean of Admissions, Dimple Patel, where we had to work with you collectively to find the best way to hear your stories, to access interviews and application processes in the midst of global upheaval. So thank you for persisting in your journey, your passion, for sticking through all of those challenges in our country and across our world to be here, because there are patients who are out there waiting to meet you. There are patients who are waiting to have you as a provider, as the person who will finally hear their stories, as we were able to have that privilege of in admissions. So from my heart to you, congratulations, and I can't wait to see the amazing things that each of you do.
Hi everyone, congratulations, way to go. We're here to remind you that wherever you go, we'll be there too. You'll never lose us.
And Craig, congratulations, and what an exciting time for you all. I hope you remember us back here in Duluth at the University of Minnesota Medical School, and I hope that you are able to apply some of the things that I and those of my colleagues here were able to impart to you. Good luck.
Congratulations everyone on making it to Match Day, class of 25. I hope that your pharmacology and toxicology knowledge serves you well in this next step in your career. Keep in touch.
Jean Regal here. Congratulations to all of you for making it this far. You're going to be great. Remember your drugs.
Hello, class of 2025. So excited to hear about your match. Congratulations. And I look forward to seeing you at graduation.
Hey, congratulations, class 2025. I wish you the best in the years to come.
Hi, class. I'm so proud of you all and happy that you're all getting the matches that you want.
Okay, everybody, remember, enzymes convert substrates into products.
Vitamin-derived cofactors help facilitate these reactions, and they're regenerated through separate reactions. I love you all.
Just wanted to say congratulations on making it all the way to match day.
Congratulations, everybody. We're really proud of you.
And don't forget, stay in touch, especially with your favorite IT people.
Yeah, how we feeling? You know, the moment is almost here. And we know all these nerves that we're feeling right now are really real.
And you're probably tired of hearing us talk, and I apologize for that.
There is a lot that we could say right now about these past 4 years we've had together with the Twin Cities students and the past 2 years that we've been able to share with our Duluth students.
Oh,
sorry.
That's okay.
But I was just going to say we're going to keep it short.
We're so proud to have shared this journey with you. It's been a blast.
So before we send you off to pick up those white envelopes of destiny, we have a little poem for y'all to wrap it all up.
Class of 2025, I cannot believe we've finally arrived.
It's almost that time, 11 o'clock. Each of you will be a fantastic doc.
We've dreamed of this day that's been years in the making, and now I'm so nervous I'm practically shaking.
So let's ease our nerves and make time go fast, reflecting on these last 4 years that have passed.
Preclinical years seem distant and hazy. Unfortunately, I've become much more lazy.
That was a time that was ruled by Anki to cram physiology both healthy and wonky.
We watched all our lectures at 2 times the speed. We learned about the clotting cascade when we bleed.
The Ixides tick came up more than once.
At one point, I knew embryological shunts.
We paid for sketchy and pixarized too.
Or maybe we didn't, but what's that to you?
We made our mnemonics and studied enzymes.
I learned and forgot thalassemia 12 times. Eventually, we all took step 1.
And thought to ourselves, wow, thank God that's done.
We were not done, and instead started rotations.
And that's when we finally got to meet our patients.
Our clinical years were marked by great pride.
Like when I messed up my one-liner and cried.
Truly, I provided life-saving care to that plant in the workroom that needed more air.
Our third-year mistakes were pretty iconic. I thought NPO was an antibiotic.
When GI had ordered a TIPS revision, I asked myself, is that a circumcision?
I usually didn't know where to go, or my badge didn't work, and I didn't know the code.
But somehow we slowly just started to get it. By 4th year, our notes barely needed an edit.
We froze skin tags in clinic and put in our orders.
Fixed lacks in the ED and bonded with boarders.
Delivered a baby and shed a small tear.
Or avoided that, because they're slippery and weird.
We each chose our specialty with careful intent.
Or dual applied, because hey, what's more debt?
Wrote personal statements and gathered each letter.
Edit by edit, our applications got better.
We finally pressed send and released all that tension.
And then we got asked an onslaught of questions.
One interview asked me, what tree would you be?
I got lots of, what's an LIC?
We filled out our rank lists and didn't look back.
Spent 2 weeks in limbo, which is actually whack.
But now that all of this saga is ending, and our rank lists are in, and our futures are pending,
we invite you to take in this really big day with wide open arms for whatever may carry you forward in new ways or planned.
Keeping you here or in uncharted land, you've got this within you. Keep doing your trick.
And always avoid the Ixides tick.
Thank you, everyone. We are so proud of each and every one of you. Thank you for letting us be your MCs this morning.
Thank you so much. We'll turn the mic over to Hannah.
Applause for our fabulous MCs, Casper and Allison. It is not an easy job to do, especially when you are already nervous. So now we release you from your MC nerves back to just regular matching student nerves. That's fine, right?
That's definitely better.
Cool, great. All right. I'd also like to thank some other folks here in the room. We have some wonderful staff and faculty in attendance, a lot of folks up in the back of the room, some of our staff and faculty up here in the front. Let's give them a big hand for supporting all of you through this journey. Let's give a big hand for our friends and family who are here today, our friends and family who are watching online. We also have our Director of Alumni Relations in the back. Maureen, give us a wave. If you haven't talked with her yet, please do, because you will very soon be alumni, not only matched residents. We also have the Minnesota Medical Association in the back. Stop by and see them as well. So I will have the pleasure of dismissing you here to pick up your envelopes. We're going to go through some instructions on how that's going to work, and then I will turn it over to Dr. Chipman to count us down to 11 o'clock. So this is a calm and easy process. This is not a stampede. I know it's like super scary and exciting, but it's not a stampede. So your envelopes are organized by last name. We have 2 tables here. Over to my left, very likely your right, we have K through J, or K through Z. Sorry, that would be a very short segment of the alphabet. K through Z over there. We have A through J. A through J in the back there. So you can get your envelope and an I matched sign in the back there. Once you have your envelope, please come back to your seat. And like I said, Dr. Chipman will count us down from there. Once you open that envelope at 11 o'clock, our program is officially concluded. You are welcome to take off at that time, or you are welcome to stay here and take photos and celebrate until noon. Everybody with me? Got it? Okay, go get those envelopes. Dr. Chipman, take over for me.
Let's have everyone take a seat again. It's almost time, not quite. I'm Jeff Chipman. I'm the Senior Associate Dean for Undergraduate Medical Education. I'm honored to have been able to work with you for the last 3 years, really. I want to thank Hannah. This is for organizing this today. This is Hannah's first time with this, and it's been seamless. You will all remember this day forever. It's like many of those memorable days in medical school. The first day you met your cadaver, that's a day you'll never forget. The first death that you saw in the hospital, that might be a day you'll never forget. The day you realized that you wanted to be a general surgeon, that's a day you'll never forget. And I will say, the only thing wrong with that presentation is that 4 o'clock in the morning is about 2 hours too late. My match day was 30 years ago last weekend, and I won't forget that day because my first son was born, or my first child was born about 1 o'clock in the morning on match day. And I'll tell you the story. I was in New York City. I went home and got some sleep, ran to the hospital thinking, I've got to save my wife. She's in the hospital. I know what happens there now. I went back. I don't remember that part. We didn't have a big ceremony like this. We just they picked numbers out of a bowl, and we walked up and got our envelope and then opened it in front of everybody. I went back to the hospital after we were done. My wife's room was on the third floor of the hospital on Broadway and about 168th Street. The sun was streaming in. She was sitting in the bed dazed. My mother-in-law, who was from Arizona, was sitting next to the bed holding the baby. And I said, we're going to Arizona. And my mother-in-law had this big grin on her face, and my wife burst into tears. I hope it won't be like that for you today. And in the end, it was the right place for us to be. We had opportunities there that we never would have had anywhere else, and it set us up for the future. So I want to add my congratulations to you all today. I've got to kill another minute and 40 seconds, but what we'll do is we'll just sit here, and then I'll start a countdown about 10 seconds before. I've got the clock rolling, all right? So enjoy yourself, calm the last nerves, pinch your fingers, get the selfies ready. We're almost there. One more minute. Thirty seconds. Fifteen seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open them up.
Excuse me, everybody. I've been asked to have the Duluth students come up to the stage for a photo, please. Thank you.